EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. And they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Washington football team. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. Fielded in the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They go play action now. Haskins. Flushed out right. He'll find Gibson here complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
He'll air this one out deep for... That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims Jr., his second touchdown on the season. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead.
Justin Hopkins on for the extra point.
Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry for Nick Chubb, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
On the pickup.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Mayfield off the play fake. Dancing to his left. And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. It's a big play there for the Browns. 42 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. A run for Nick Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Brought down at the 15.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On third down, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal, so, hey, if your guys can... It got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. In one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on this.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Steven Sims.
Steven Sims Jr. doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. And it's 21-3.
Good. Makes this Washington 21, Browns 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Johnson on the return. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They run. Chubb. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Number 24, Nick.
But one thing we certainly know, Alabama churns out first-round picks, and there's another nice play there by one of them, Jonathan Allen, the big defensive tackle.
3rd down and 2.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
That's good.
A gain of 37.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
That's the end of the first quarter with this Washington 21, Browns 3.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mayfield now. And he completes it to Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Chubb. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
He was brought down at the 28.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Let's go, D, let's go. Right, let's get there. Kings. 31's the mic.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll find Hall. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Good for a clean.
Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Montez Sweat showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Mayfield on play action. Rolling to his right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Chase Young getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Washington.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. He's got a man complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
The kick is
and he'll bang that one through.
Makes this Washington 28. Browns 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
First and 10.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Now Haskins on first down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
Complete to number 81. Touchdown.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Here's Jarvis Landry with a nice reception and pickup there. And when you say Pro Bowl, you better think Jarvis Landry. He's been selected to it every year since 2015. The only season he's missed, his rookie year. And he is durable and tough. We talk about that all the time. How about this for an example? Hasn't missed a game in his first 6 seasons and was a 1,000-yard receiver for the 3rd time in 2019.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
The ball carrier.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55.
Mayfield to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 32. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes this Washington 42. Browns 3.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Chase Young. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
And that's exactly why Washington took Chase Young with the number 2 overall selection. His ability to find the quarterback and get him on the ground. This guy has a combination of speed, quickness, and football intelligence. And when I saw him coming out of college, obviously Joe Burrow, the quarterback from LSU, he was probably number 1 on most people's boards because he's a quarterback. But the best overall player in this year's draft, Chase Young. And you saw why on that last play.
Third and long for Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
33-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
Here we go. 31's the mic. Check pass. 31's the mic. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get it. Run. Let's get it.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. This one complete to Kelvin Harmon. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
20. First down, Washington.
I got you.
On first down, it's Haskins. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
Final play of the half. It's Haskins. Catch is made. It's Harmon. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And what could he possibly be thinking? He just took the fair catch at the 1-yard line. Major mistake. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see.
And my goodness, another interception.
It's sad they
Picked off at the 20. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
Strong left. Hey, alert. Let's get that ball, D.
Back to it after the pick 6. Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
But maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
9 at the 24-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young able to record his 5th sack of the season. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Hey. We got 3. 3 down. Check 3.
To throw, Mayfield. Flush to his right. This pass complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. And now here is another interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
Mike 42. Hey, we got to get this stop. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up.
Now it's Haskins. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Olivier Vernon able to record his 5th sack of the season. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They go play action with Haskins. And the pressure gets to him again. Olivier Vernon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. A tough spot for Haskins in Washington here. 3rd and long after that last sack. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Haskins not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for this. They're going on 4th down. Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
To number 81.
From 17 yards out. And this offense continues to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
You think you're going to get this? You think you're going to get this?
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. 31's the mic. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. I got you.
Here's Mayfield. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And they take possession.